All right, I'm just going to preface this stream that I'm just setting up my Guild Wars 2 UI, so you may not want to watch this particular stream of the series just because I'm playing around with the Guild Wars 2 UI. So we're going to try to find a safe area where we can do this at, and I think probably it's probably the best bet. I just want to try to set this up. Right now it's kind of mucked up. It's not right, so. When I get it set up, maybe I'll go ahead and do another video just called "How to Set up Guild Wars 2 UI for Season of Mastery," because I think it's a valid video that people might want to watch. Let's see what this looks like. There's a target.
Lovely.
So right off the bat, we can see that HUD, but this is not where we want it to be. Now, pet we don't care about because we're not really using pet. Class power, that's fine, but the buffs need to come down here. I don't even know if I have a class power. So we're gonna put buffs here. Class power for now. We're gonna put it here. And target's gonna have to go way over here. Now I don't. Debuffs are debuffs on me. So I'm not sure where I put these. Let's put them here. Save and reload. Fighting another mob.
Oh, do I have a deal for you?
Hmm.
Keep it real.
So I think this is like what I did. I think I put it at just 1. Like you can see here. And then I think what I did was I took the quest tracker. Yeah, and I just dragged it over here. Close recount for now. So that's pretty good. This looks like what I did. So I think that solves that problem. And then we could probably go to the Guild Wars 2 UI and go to the map here and just maybe make it and save. So that makes the map a little bigger, which is kind of cool. Maybe make it and save.
I got the best deals anywhere.
Testing. That makes the map a little bigger. Here's somebody talking in the background. And there we go. For some reason I was watching the video. I don't know why. That was strange. Alright, so anyways, you're probably not going to watch this stream because I'm just playing around with the UI. So the problem here with this is now we're going to have to completely redo the bars if we want to make these abilities be in places that make sense. You know, like have abilities down here that kind of make sense. So what abilities would that be? I mean, I would think that we'd want Ren down there in this bar probably. We'd probably want, you know, the abilities we use the most, like Thunderclap, probably. We got Fear, which is good. We got Hamstring, which is good. We've got, you know, this. So I just have to decide which skills we would like to see down there. I also think the UI is a little small. So let's go back here. I still think it's HUD skills. We're going to want to knock this up, I think. Save. It's nice that you can actually resize just the HUD. That's actually I like the customizability of Guild Wars 2. The only thing I don't like that I don't think I was able is to scale the chat window separately. That seems like something we can't do. Kind of stinks. And you should be able, I think you can move it though. I thought you could. But maybe not. I mean, it's really way off. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can. It's like locked over here. You try control click or first let's move this out of the way. Yeah. HUD. Up just a little bit. Up and out. Fine. This we need to move over. And also the HUD itself seems kind of high, but I think I know why they do that. It's probably because of the fact that the water effects and stuff, like when you go in the water, it shows those effects on the HUD. Like on this bar here, you see it looks different. Also, when you go into combat, it looks different as well. I'm going to put the debuffs right here. Also, we want enable or disable, so we want talents, I think. So save. Let's see what talents look like. I don't remember. Now we have, oh yeah, sweet. So now we have the Guild Wars 2 talent tree, which just looks fantastic. Right? Also, we got our reputation spells. Everything is in here, right? Based on your trees. It's just such a far superior, you know, HUD. I mean, I've always thought the Guild Wars 2 UI is one of the best UIs, really. The only problem with this that I see with this particular UI, the only problem I have so far, and I know there was a few other issues I had with it, but let's go ahead and hover over. I want to see where this tooltip is down here. See, we're hovering over people. I would like to scale. Let's try scaling this up a little bit and see what happens. Now, it scales. See, I don't like that. It actually scaled these things. So let's go back to apply, reload. Because I like this size, the way these are. And then I like the HUD being bigger, though, so you can scale the HUD independently, which is fantastic. Knock this up to 10. Save. Okay, so I think, like I said, the only thing that problem I have with it right now is the chat window is too small. Now, and I don't really know how to fix it. Maybe, oh wait, here we have it. Let's sorry, unlock window. Is there any way that we can scale this? Doesn't, for whatever reason, don't seem to be able to scale the window. This would be my only gripe with this UI. So I would go back to the settings on this window and go font size. I would probably knock it up 1. But it's still like really tiny. You know, that's small. So let's see if there's any way. First of all, let's move to a slightly safer location. I keep
Potential
checking this
customer.
guy.
Glad I could help.
World of Warcraft Guild Wars 2 UI. Can you scale chat window? I think it's just I think it's more difficult to find information on it. It's just easier to try to figure it out yourself. Now, if you select these windows, it'll open up. It's nice. It opens up the quest, and also when you select them, the arrow up here points you in the right direction to go. Right. So you trek to Ashen Vale. You know, it's pointing in a different direction. Like if we're going this way and we see Dusky Crab Cakes, it should. It doesn't seem to be doing it. Maybe that's not working. That's not moving. That's just. I'm not sure what it's doing. So maybe this little arrow doesn't really mean anything. But the quest log window is kind of small too. But this was the closest I could get to a UI that I really liked. I would say you probably would want to scale it a little bit. I would probably scale this back down here. Save. See, that's not probably. I would let's try putting this up to 1.6 or something, and then that. I don't know if it affects. It's not affecting the quest log, which is a little bit of a pain in the butt. So if you get rid of pixel perfect mode and save and reload, what you're going to see is that it's huge, right? And now if we go to the quest log, you can see it's huge. So that's obviously too big. At this point, this down about, I don't know, like 68 maybe. Why? Save and reload. And now it's almost usable. I still see the problem is the minimap is a total disaster. If we click on this, see the window, again, it's still too big. So if you go back to here, I think if you just scale it all the way, apply, save and reload. Now, again, the minimap, for whatever reason, is just hasn't scaled properly. Like other windows are scaling, but notice the quest log isn't scaling. Don't know why. And the minimap doesn't scale either. So, and also the bar at the bottom, your level experience bar isn't scaling either. So go back once again. And I think your really only way to get to a usable UI with this is to do pixel perfect. And knock this back up to 100 and 100. Apply and save. And then go back. And like I said, I like to go to here and I like to knock this up to 10. There and just save. So the only problem I have again is basically just the windows. Like the question window is just really tiny. Um, but what you could do, there's too bad there isn't. There should be a guild. There is a Guild Wars 2 quest window. So let's go player. Oh, the other thing I think you can do is if you go to move, right, and we target ourselves, you should be able to right click on this and say, oh, there's scale. So see here, some of the items have a scale. Like you can click here. Let's close this, right? So say lock. Reset to default. Now just say lock. Now go back. Now if you click this guy, maybe if you right click on this guy, another warrior died. You right click on this guy, then you can actually scale this independent, right, of the other windows, which is really cool. And I say lock. It's kind of weird. And you got to move, and you kind of get it where you want. And then you have this, which you don't really. This is target to target. You can show this if you want. It could be useful. So here's our target. I would move it down probably. Lock and save and reload. Always save and reload when you're done making changes. So there's a lot of stuff here. Now you've got, I've got when I target myself, it shows my target, which is me. And again, now these down here are really big though. Look at my buffs for some reason are now really large. And that's kind of crazy how big those are. Let's go back to here. I'm going to set this back to here. Let's say that. Let's save and reload. And I don't know why these are really big. So go here, move, and we're going to select the buffs. And they're really large. I don't know why. Right click. And I think they weren't big like this before. So I'm not sure what's going on with this. Let's say reset to default. And these are buffs. We're going to move these over here. Because they shouldn't look this big. And I'm just going to say lock, save and reload. And then I'm going to do I'm going to try to do a slash reload UI. I don't know if this is going to make any difference. Exit the game. But yeah, that's why I put this as a separate stream of me just trying to get the Guild Wars 2 UI set up because it's going to take me a little while. So people watching this stream, you don't have to watch this stream. And I put the descriptions, set M Guild Wars 2 UI. All right, let's go ahead and start it back up because those buffs are too big, and I don't know why they're too big. There's something I've done has caused that. So maybe if I just reload the game, I mean, it'll fix it. I don't really know. Where'd my music go? Somewhere. I can't find it. Here, hold on 1 second. I gotta quit the client. For some reason, one of my windows is not working. This happens with Chrome when I'm doing a lot of stuff. And I don't know why. It's like one of my windows is just not showing up. One of my Chrome windows, like you see, there's 3 tabs. None of these are my stream music, and I don't. But I see my stream music are here, but I can't find it. Maximize. There we go. I can see it. Weird. Very strange. Sometimes that happens with Chrome. Here's the live stream. Don't need this open. All right, we're good to go. That stream we don't need open. All right, cool. Back to the game. Okay. Let's see if we can get the debuffs, or the buffs. They're not the debuffs. The buffs working. Alright, they're still too big, and I don't really know why.
What's up? Keep it real.
I don't really know why these are so big. There's our rage bars right here. Yeah, why are they so large? No, it still says I'm in combat. Let's try unloading it and reloading it. It's gonna screw everything up, I know, but that's just the way it goes. So something about that bar, like, is huge. Yeah, I don't understand why these buffs are so big. They shouldn't be this big. And they weren't this big earlier. When I was doing this earlier, they weren't this big, so... Oh, I see what I did. Yeah, that's really kind of... I don't understand what's going on. What's going on with these buffs? They shouldn't be this big. They weren't this big earlier. This is really freaking me out. Let me try just... that's not doing that. It's like they're the same size as my bars buttons for some reason. Well, I don't know what's up with that. That's really weird. It's really pissing me off because it was working earlier. I remember these being small like they're supposed to be. And now they're not, so I'm a little bit confused. Is there something I clicked, maybe? Okay, save. Got pixel perfect mode, it's fine. Oh, I know, this is supposed to be here. 1-0, save. Save and reload. Back, and then I like to scale just the UI, just the HUD. I mean,
Potential customer.
all right. So XP bar, neighbor disable, display power bars, health globe, target objectives. Don't. Player. Show auras bar. Well, here's the buff size. That should change it. Yeah, there we go. That's it. For some reason, the buff size got maxed. Here, so buff size. Let's knock this down to, I don't know, like knock it down to maybe 30. So that's a lot better. That's cool. You can actually scale, and of course you can see that's too small. So let's go back. So that's really cool. I mean, it's cool that a lot of the things are independently scalable. Knock this back to 32. Knock this back to 32. Actually, you know, let's knock this up to 36 because I'm not really sure how big these are going to be. 36 seems pretty good. And then I want to make sure that the HUD itself is 110, which it is. It's going to take me a while to get this set up correctly. Because I want to get skills on these bars on the main HUD bar here. You know, the main Guild Wars 2 bar. Alright, let's knock this up to 38. 38, save. It's probably too big because if I get a bunch of them, but we're gonna assume that we're hopefully gonna assume that we don't get too many. Like here, you can see 10 seconds. Now we want to go. While that's up, let's really quickly go. Oh, it won't let us do it. We got to move this up because the timer countdown thing is moving down into my actual action bar. So just 2 move. We just need a little bit. Class power. I don't remember what class powers are. Or I mean, I don't think I need it. We also have this display bar, which we're going to move this up a little bit. Just right click on this. We're going to scale this up a little bit. We want to make it the same size as that. I think that's right. It's pretty damn close. Actually, it's not, right? 1.09 looks like the right size. Okay, lock. Save. There you go. Now you can see the buffs and you can see the timer correctly. Alright, what else we got? Yeah, so unfortunately the chat window is kind of a beast unto its own. Like it's not like any of these other windows. I can't scale it or anything. I'm trying, but nothing seems to work. Oh. Yeah, we're getting closer.
I got the best deals anywhere. Hurry back.
And you can't resize the... Cannot resize... Oh, wait. You can resize the... Fuck. Oh, I see what it's doing. Oh, I see. It actually scales it like this. That's pretty cool. You can basically change the number of columns you see. That's actually kind of neat. That's pretty cool. I thought there was a setting on here. Oh, you can say ignore bags. Oh, here we go. Sell junk automatically. Oh, it's like so much better than WoW's bags, right?
Time is money, friend. Glad I could help.
All right, so we know we don't know much of anything, do we?
I got what you need. Keep it real. play.
Um, it's weird. I can't like left click people's names. That's kind of annoying. For why it's doing that. Yeah, I'm trying to get. I mean, some of the Guild Wars 2 UI. There's some things about it I don't like, but man, there's some things I really like. Look how clean my screen looks. I mean, look at this, Ken. Look at just how nice how much room there is on the screen. Like I feel like visibility-wise, this is the best visibility I've ever had in WoW. Right? I mean, nothing's really in my way, you know. I gotta change my targets shit, but man, look at the visibility, dude. And I can like hide a lot of these bars. I need to reconfigure the bars because I want to have certain skills down on my main Guild Wars bar, my main bar down here, that I need, you know. And I need to move this down as well. Yeah, I'm still trying to like, I'm still tweaking like a lot of stuff. And because some things like for example the loot window, like when I loot, the loot window is really small. But I mean, look at the Guild Wars 2. Like you've got your talents here. Look at the talents, dude. I can go here and see my reputation. It's beautiful. Spells. Here's my spells. Here's my talent tree. I can. It looks like it says scale with right click. And look at that. I can even rescale this window. Although the background image doesn't seem to scale with it. Maybe if I close it. Nah, the background image doesn't scale though. That's something they'll need to fix. You know? But man, I love it, you know? It just makes the game look so much better. There are some artifacts going on, like here you can see these lines, these little lines being drawn on these bushes, and this has to do with some of the graphical options just in the settings. That was there before I installed the Guild Wars 2 UI. I still am mucking around. Like if I target myself, you can see it shows my target's target, which is really cool down here. It's cool. They've updated it for Classic, so there is an update. This is not a running an add-on that's considered out of date. This add-on is considered in date. You know what I mean? This is like up to date, which is great, right? So they're actively updating it, which is fantastic. So here, now you'll see when I get a crit, it'll show like a splatter of blood, like there. See the 48, the big red splatter, just like you see in Guild Wars 2. So what I would like to do is I would love to. I'm gonna change. There's another splatter. I gotta change my bar here. Also, I can see that the Blizzard. I can see Blizzard's stuff, you know, scrolling battle text is going, and we don't want that. In fact, I wonder if I should turn on. Now I'm gonna leave. I wonder if I should turn off mixed scrolling battle text entirely. I don't know. I'm kind of undecided on that. I want to think about that. I'm gonna turn the volume down. It's too loud on the music. That down a little bit. And let's turn the in-game sound. Let's change the sound and get rid of some of this ambience because it's loud. And let's go to interface options, at combat, and we don't want to show. See here, it's show reactive spells. We don't have it enabled. So this is all part of Guild Wars 2's text. See, it's saying Guild Wars 2, Blizzard or other. So we want Guild Wars 2. Floating combat text, use Blizzard colors. Oh, okay, or floating combat text, show numbers with commas. No, that's European, of course. Let's try something. Let's do this. I don't know if I want to do this. I can't remember. I've got a video here where I was using. Let's see what this. Here's a video. Yeah, so you can see here, I disabled mixed scrolling combat text, scrolling combat numbers. But look at this. Oh, this is when I was setting up the weak auras. I actually had weak auras going. And you see here I'm in a dungeon. And you can't see the numbers because it's a boss, so let's go back. Yeah, so here what I did was I turned off mixed scrolling battle text, and we're just seeing the damage numbers coming up over the bar. And it looks okay, right? You see the numbers, the crits. Big crits. So I like that. It looks nice and clean. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into MSPT. And oh yeah, I got to move this. See how this stays down at the bottom. So right about there. So. And the other thing that's not working is clicking someone's name is not going into. I can't like click their name for some reason. So that sucks. So if I want to not that I respawn whisper people a lot, I can't click their name. So I have to basically just, you know, type it in, like use, which sucks because, you know, you don't want to have to. But I guess at least it auto completes, which is nice. I mean, I can't resize. I haven't been able to resize the chat windows, but you can do a couple different things here. You can break them out if you want to just break out like your channel. Here we can do that. We want to break out the combat log channel. You can only break out one at a time. Here we can break out the combat log. And once you have that open, I think if we close this. Nah, it doesn't look like it'll set the settings individually, but we could go font size here and knock it up to, let's knock it up to 16. This is really huge. And then let's break it out. And it doesn't look like it stayed with, yeah, it's still the small text size, so there's still a little bit of things they really need to work at, you know, kind of, that they need to work out. But don't worry about that too much just yet. You know, the chat window is something that's like I can deal with the chat window not being great. If I was actually doing like raiding, I'm not sure if I could play with this UI when I was doing like the Road to Ragnaros, because I'd want to be able to see the chat a lot better. So we'll have to figure out something with the chat. Quest log's great. It's perfect. The mini-map's great. You've got this button here, which means this is your finding minerals tracking icon. So if I hit F1 or if I right-click that off, it's gone. And click here, it'll bring it back, right? That's good. Now some of the windows, like the cooking and stuff, are not being skinned with Guild Wars 2, but the main ones are, which is great. Here you can go to your main window, and you can resize this. So some of these, you know, they're pretty cool. One of the things that's really cool though is the bags in this are fantastic. So in the bag, you can actually change how many columns. Like if you wanted your bags to be stretched out this way, you can do it that way. Or if you just want to stretch it so that it's kind of perfect square like this, you can do that. You can go into here. You can actually sort. You can compact icons. You can show item level. You can sell junk automatically, which is just right out of the box. That's fantastic. You can show profession bag coloring. I'm not really sure how that works. Show quality color. Okay, that's fine. You can do separate bags if you want. So now you can see it bags individually. And just like in Guild Wars 2, you can collapse them. How badass is that? Or you can just do like a, you know, Mongo bag non whatever and just see all the bags together. And it gets better. You can click clean up bags, right? So if you had like a bunch of shit all over the place, you know, and you can just do clean up bags and it will kind of sort. Doesn't really do the best sorting. It'll organize, and you can see though it has the little coin here to show that this is a great item that can be sold to the vendor. And when we go to a vendor, that should automatically be sold. So, I mean, the advantages to the Guild Wars 2 UI, I think, far outweigh some of the disadvantages, and the disadvantages are pretty small. Okay, so we still need the pygmies. So some of the things we need to do is we need to fix the bars, and we need to change the floating combat text and basically just turn it off. Now the debuffs for the enemy are here. You can see but they're down here. So I probably would move this up, and you can see my buffs are here. And if I have any debuffs, they'll show up on the right side here. So if this guy was, and here's of course you can see your regular health. When I attack this spider, you'll see when the spider puts poison on me, the debuffs will show hovering over my rage bar here. Here's my rage bar. This rage bar, and most of the pure Guild Wars 2 windows can be independently scaled. So if I wanted to make my rage bar like bigger, and unfortunately it won't let me scale, like it's just a drag scale on the whole overall object. It's not like I can scale width and then height individually. So if I go Guild Wars 2 and I hit move HUD, first let's kill this guy. I was going to show you how that would work.
Lovely.
And you can see all the debuffs, but I would like to increase the size of this window probably quite a bit. Okay, let's just go ahead and close this. Another pig? It is. Do I need more? No, I need 2 more. Let's kill this guy.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Oh, I was gonna say, you can see my debuffs. The poison here, down at the bottom. There's my debuffs. And some of these things, again, you can scale these independently. So let's get out here in the water. Let's go here. Move. So you can go in here. Now, you can actually scale the size of your debuffs, which is fantastic. What's up, Kiss Bozzy? So let's actually scale just the actual debuff size, because I think they're a little small. All right, so lock, right? And then we need to go into here. And we got to find it again. Here's your buff size, debuff size. Let's knock this up to 40. Actually, let's do the debuff larger. Let's go 42 on debuff, and we'll just do 40. Okay, we're going to save and reload. And you can see I should still have a debuff here because of the bandage debuff. I'm good. I'm just playing around with my Guild Wars 2 UI. I've used this before, but I hadn't thought I didn't know they updated it for Season of Mastery. They did, so that's fantastic. So we're gonna go. Looks like I screwed this up again. Hold on a second. Keep forgetting that you have to leave room for the typing. So debuffs, back down here. Fine. I think that's what we're gonna lock this. Now what we're gonna do is right-click on any of the Guild Wars 2 windows. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 UI is one of my favorite all-time UIs. I love it. Now, there's some disadvantages to using this UI. Like some of the Blizzard windows will be really small, like the loot window, the profession window, because they haven't skinned those windows. I don't know why, because they've skinned most of the windows, but some of them they haven't. If you right-click on this window, we can actually scale it. So we're going to scale this up quite a bit. In fact, we're going to go all the way up to 1.3, I think. We're going to move it up a little bit higher, like here. And then we're going to show target to target. We'll go ahead and put this way down here. Lock. Alright. Let's actually do a... I always like to do save and reload after I make changes. I'm probably still going to scale my main bar down here up a little bit in size. See, now you can see the Starving Direwolf window is quite a bit larger. And you can see the debuff that I put on him is because the window's larger, it's larger. And I'll have to move the target to target down because it's getting overlapped. Okay. Alright. The loot window's way bad, so let's move this loot window over here. Alright. And actually, let's just put it... Yeah, that's fine, let's just move this down. What else do we want to do? Now, remove the hardcore icon. What'd you say? Remove the hardcore icon from the bottom. Oh, you don't like that? You mean this one? The Soul of Iron? You like it at the top? I put it down there on purpose. I put the buff. This is considered a buff. It's not a hardcore icon. This is the Soul of Iron. That's considered a buff, just like the other buff, the 40% XP boost. So these are buffs. Well, we could move them up if we wanted to. We could put them up here. Actually, you're probably right. It probably would be better at the top. Or... the window itself isn't that big, so let's right-click on this window and scale it. Like, let's scale it quite a bit, right? Oh, the hardcore icon? Oh, yeah, we'll get rid of that. Yeah, thank you. I see what you're saying. Yeah, we'll get rid of that. We don't need that anymore. I forgot that was even there, to be honest. Yeah, we don't need that. Thank you for pointing that out. I forgot it was even there. But we'll scale these up. Let's go ahead and scale it down so it's about the same width. I guess this will work. It has to be high enough so that the text shows underneath it. But we could put this up at the top again. But I like it down here, so... I don't know. I don't think I have any. Do I have any class powers? Yeah, this is a Guild Wars 2 mod. If you're going to install this, the only way I've ever gotten this to really work well is to use an add-on. So, I mean, if you're going to install this, I would highly recommend you use WoW. Just download the WoW program, and because it works with WoW pretty well, then in WoW you can go to the drop down here and it'll show different versions of WoW. And Classic Era is Season of Mastery and Classic. And then Classic Beta's Classic. There's Classic, Classic Era. I don't even remember what Classic is anymore, to be honest. But you want Classic Era. Go to Classic Era, Guild Wars 2 UI. Make sure you go in here and just make sure it's up to date. Game version. See here, this is the right game version, 1.14.1. That's what Season of Mastery uses. You can see what's funny here is like it said, like it'll say gather lights up to date, but it's actually not. So this is actually not right. Well, at least maybe it is right, but the game client itself thinks it's not. See, it's 1.13 or 1.13.5. So, which it really isn't at the right version. But most of these are at the right version. Most of the ones I'm using are 1.14. Some of them are really close, but whatever. But yeah, you use that. Yeah, it's for this is for World of Warcraft. Guild Wars 2 UI for World of Warcraft. It's exit. Did I get it? Is that right? Yeah, I did. Oh man. But there's a lot of stuff you can do with the Guild Wars 2 UI. I really like it. Let's go. Another thing we want to do here though is change this color because it just isn't dark enough. It's not working. Come on. Yeah. That's a Guild Wars thing too. Like it fades it out. I don't know if there's an option for fade chat. I don't like that. I don't like it when it's so faded. Some of them have like settings for that. So if you go in here, you'll see stuff like there's so many settings in here. You really have to look. It's got auras per row. You know, let's do like, I don't know, let's knock this up to 8 because I'm just curious. Show pet auras, PvP indicator, display class colors. Sure, I like that. For some reason, it's not letting me check that. Player frame and target frame style? Yeah, we don't want that. Player buff, grow direction is up. Player, it's going to grow up. We want up, that's good. Display health, numeric value. That's all fine. And this is just the target settings. So on the target, you can display the health. Let's try that. Show combo points on target. It's good if you're a rogue. You know, buffs on top. Eh, it's fine. These are buffs though. Show debuffs. We definitely want to show the buffs on top because we're showing debuffs below. So that's kind of weird. Let's uncheck that. Save and reload. Okay, so you can see my buffs are here. So let's see what happens when I have a debuff. I want to try something here real quick. I just love the visibility though. There's no UI that I've ever played that gives you this beautiful visibility, and we can make it even better. Right? So what we're going to do here is we're going to, and we can what you can do is if you couple this UI with weak auras, which I'm going to do eventually, you can build, I think, pretty much the best UI for World of Warcraft that there is, I think. Because to me, the optimal UI is that you don't really see anything other than, to me, this is the optimal UI. This is optimal. I want to just see the game. I don't care about all the other stuff. But to do this, you still want certain things to show up when you need them to show up. That's why we have something like this, and then we set up weak auras to show like important cooldowns when we want them to, right? So now if I target me, you can see my buffs are below. I need to get a poison debuff on me, so let's find a spider. Okay. Don't like that song. I don't like that song. Right, we need a spitter. We need a spitter. Here, like if I select this person, you can see his buffs. There's his buffs. But I would like to show the deep. I think if the debuffs show below, I gotta check this out. We need to get a debuff. The easiest way to get a debuff is to fight like a spider. They're always throwing poison at you. Soul of fire.
Lovely.
So there's a couple other things I want to do, which is this. For some reason, this keeps going down. I don't know why. Window keeps getting moved for some reason. Maybe I don't know why. Weird. But I want to go to we want to disable incoming out and that, and static, well, outgoing notification. We need to change this as well. Knock that up to 21, and that should work. And then the other thing we want to do is we don't want to see damage numbers. We don't want to see targeted target. So here's target. So target. We're going to get rid of that. We also don't want to see damage numbers on the display portrait damage. I don't want that, so we're going to turn that off. Now we're just going to see the damage numbers above the mob here. Now I've got a debuff, so this is actually going to work for us here. Why she's not swinging? Because now when I target myself, actually my debuff's down at the bottom. See that? So that's player, which is weird because it should show there. So let's go back here. Let's go Guild Wars 2. We're gonna have to move this debuff up. That's fine. I'm gonna go to target. Show debuffs. Display the target's debuffs that you see. This is only that you have inflicted. So it doesn't show my debuffs because my debuffs are shown down here. That looks weird. Let's move this up a little bit. Better. And then the other thing, you know what? Let's go ahead and move this to be like kind of in line with that one. Yeah. The grid doesn't show the whole grid. I don't know if I'm going to like this way this looks, but let's find out. So there's your buffs, there's your debuffs. It's just visually having them in the same line is like, you know, you guys know how anal I am, right? If you don't, you should know. Close enough. Now the level's at the bottom of the screen. Down here at the bottom left corner of the screen, level 22. See that? And the experience bar is down here too. It's the Guild Wars 2 experience bar at the bottom. So when I kill this mob, you'll see the bar move to the right. It also, which is really cool, is it uses the Guild Wars 2. I want to show you a couple. It uses the Guild Wars 2 sound, audio effects. So when I turn in a quest, if it gives me a ton of experience, let's say like a bar and a half or something, it'll do the like sounds from Guild Wars 2, where the bar will kind of move over like in steps, and it go. And it's just, I just love that about Guild Wars 2, man. It's so cool. So, and you'll see that when I turn in a quest, it gives like big experience. Alright, so. Alright, we're gonna scale. This is too big. I'm gonna scale this down a little bit. Like 125. Hopefully that works okay. There's other things too, like you'll see when I talk to a quest giver. It does the Guild Wars 2 quest system type thing. It's just really cool. Ah, we got 2 mobs. Ah, we don't want to fight 2. You can see when I'm in water, the HUD has the water around it. See the water around it? When I'm underwater, it's going to do the Guild Wars 2 breath bar, which we're going to have to try. I don't think you can move that bar, unfortunately. That's one of the things that I don't like, you know. I don't think you can move that. Yeah, see, you can't. There's a few things about the UI I don't like, but overall I like the UI a lot.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Everything's nice. It shows the mob health, which a lot of times people like to see that. It's never a huge deal for me, but it's more for PvP, but it shows the health of the mob, which is really cool.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
So I don't know why this happens. Like, you'll see, like, for whatever reason, this bar keeps moving, and I don't know why. I'm going to unlock it and move it a little bit higher and see if it stays up high. I don't really know why it's moving. Anyways, I don't know why it's doing that. It's got a mind of its own, I guess. Oh, I disabled neat plates, that's why. Okay. Like, why isn't neat plates working? And if you want to see other stuff like up here, you can can see like the icons on the map here. It's kind of nice. That way it hides all those stupid, icons. And you can see I'm not tracking ore, so now you can see my minerals is up there, so that's cool. And that's the tracking ore icon that's used in Guild Wars. And again, it looks like, so whatever you do, I don't know why, but it keeps moving it down here. I don't know why, so very strange. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go if we have a theme. I want to go with raw theme. See if it works. Nah, it looks like crap. It looks kind of cool. I don't remember which one I was using. Was it neon? I think it was neon. Yes, pygmy. We needed some pygmies. I can feel that the game's not running as smoothly as it normally does, so I definitely would say the UI has a slight impact on the performance a little bit. It's a little bit slightly sluggish, like very, very slightly. And I'm very picky with that stuff, so I can notice it, but it shouldn't bother most people.
Hey there.
And see, this is what I was talking about. You're going to see the Guild Wars 2 questing dialogue, right? Where you click on it and it goes through the dialogue.
See you later.
Okay. Just going to move the notification up a little bit higher. And preview, save it. And we're going to go to notification. Save. It's running good now. Oh, it's got Guild. Oh my God, it's got Guild Wars 2 in here. What the hell? No way. It put Guild Wars 2 fonts in here. That's amazing. How cool is that? It actually added the Guild Wars 2 font to my MSBT. There must be a common font folder that all the add-ons look for fonts. Wow. That's awesome. It even put sounds. It even picked up Guild Wars 2 sounds. That's awesome. That's awesome. Alright, so let's turn the in-game sound up a little bit so we can hear some of this stuff. All these guys are running the same area I'm running to. I just need more. I want to check to see if I need any more pygmy spiders, and no, I don't. I'm done with that. I just need the dusky crab cakes. So right, let's go ahead and get those at least. I love it. Guild Wars 2 sounds unbelievable. Too cool. I don't know if I. Let's see how hard tough this green recluse is gonna be. Pretty tough. But we got it.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Just want to see how much food I had left. That's, oh, look at that. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing? That was weird. I thought for some reason, like, they were clearing the grass around my target area, like my area on purpose. Like, I thought this was like a Guild Wars 2, like, oh, these extra grass things are hidden. But it wasn't. It's just the way this terrain is. It was just kind of very random that it was cleared in that one area. Alright, well, I'm gonna take a little break because I gotta get some ice for my drink. I go to the bathroom and I might grab a bite to eat. And while I wait for this NPC to come back. So, something I wanted to... Oh yeah, I wanted to look at the mini-map. Fade group manage button. Display border. On what? Display border on what? Interface options, display border. I think it's this border down here. Yeah, I like the border. The border makes it look like Guild Wars 2. Toggle compass. Enable or disable the quest tracking compass. You can turn that off if you want. But I kind of like it. When you go AFK, display the AFK screen. That's actually pretty cool. I like the AFK screen. And the class colors. Show an additional resource bar. Show chat bubbles. Let's see it. Let's see a chat bubble, guys.
Fantastic!
Interesting how my icon turns to this weird symbol when I'm cooking. That's strange. So strange.
Need help?
You're back, and not much worse for the wear. That's right.
For the Alliance.
Or strength. On agility, All right, it's a little bit better than what I had. Not much. All right. We've just got some food here, right? Oh. Ah. We turned off the quest compass. I decided I didn't really like the quest compass. One that was above the quest log. We don't need that. Oh, no, 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 no. Who's he fighting? We'll warm ourselves by the fire. Alright guys, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna stop the stream. Oh, we got the Guild Wars 2 UI set up, which just took me literally probably about 40 minutes at least to kind of play around with that and get it the way I liked. I think it looks really good. Pretty happy with it now. I just gotta hope my character doesn't die. Oh, thanks. Thanks, user. Yeah, the Guild Wars 2 mod is really looks fantastic. So, anyways, I'll be back probably in like 30 minutes to an hour. I want to get something to eat and go to the bathroom, and then I'll see you guys then. Hope you guys are having a great day. Great Friday. Peace out.